Okay, last week at AMC, episode 4. Thank goodness for Guardians because the other two movies we watched, Fool's Paradise and Hypnotic, they were kind of a big miss. And, it happens sometimes. I'll talk about them briefly, but I'll also add a good clip at the end so that hopefully you stay throughout the video. But let's talk about the box office numbers real quick because it's important. It's important to mention that, yeah, another 62 million for Guardians is really good, especially because of all the talk about superhero movie fatigue and Disney and their fans are fighting and Disney and YouTubers are fighting. So with all the negativity going on, it's really good to see that it's doing as well as it is, and hopefully it'll keep going. I believe it's the best superhero movie since Endgame. So with Fast X coming up this weekend also, it should be a pretty hot weekend, both competing for the top spot, and I honestly don't know which one's going to win. Looking forward to seeing how that goes. Then you got Super Mario again with almost another 13 million, which at this point it just looks like a short squeeze, man. Movie keeps going and going, and I don't know. I guess it's just gonna keep going, and we're happy about that. The book club, we're probably not gonna catch these because I no longer like these actresses. After I watched them on 80s for Brady, and I thought, oh, it's decent enough. But after the movie, moving on, I'm pretty much decided to move on from them. So I don't like them anymore. I'm not gonna waste my time watching them. Then on number 4 was Evil Dead, which again I'm happy to see lingering over here, and I think it's gonna keep going until I believe the next good scary movie is gonna be Boogeyman, and that's coming out early next month. So it should stay over here, and we're happy about that too. So let's talk about Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again, and or 3. I'm sorry. And I guess it's awesome. It is the second time that we went to see it. The first week we saw it in Dolby, and we had planned to actually see it twice on the first weekend. But I felt it was it was so emotional. And it's funny because my girl thought that she didn't think I liked it as much or as I expected. And I said, no, it was really good. It's just that it was such a roller coaster and so emotional, that I think I needed to step back and, you know, you have to absorb, you have to process and digest everything that you saw, everything that happened in the movie, because it was that much of a roller coaster. So yeah, I mean that's how good it was for me. So I was really looking forward to coming to see it again after taking some time. And man, I mean, even though I had already seen it once, and even with the fact that they gave us a heads up that this was the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you had no idea what to expect, right? Given its history, you kind of knew somebody's going to die or something tragic is going to happen. They're not just going to break up. Is That's not the Guardians of the Galaxy way. It was just going to be emotional one way or the other. So you had no idea what that moment was going to be. So naturally, throughout the whole movie, you're kind of seeing so many tense moments, so many emotional moments that you kind of think this is it, right? This was it, and you're kind of feeling it, and then they crack a joke or they do their mannerisms between each others, and they diffuse the situation, which happened over and over again throughout the movie, which is what made it so good. You can sense the audience being tense and being quiet and these some of these fights and some of the things that were happening, and then you can also feel the relief when they say something funny that kind of diffused it. So I really enjoy that part of the movie. So I don't want to spoil too much about it because again, I don't know who's watched it or not. But since I can talk about it all day, I just want to share like what my most memorable moment was in the movie. So a slight spoiler, but I won't say what ended up happening. For me, it was when Rocket was flatlining, and that scene was pretty tense. I mean, I kind of was already thinking, oh man, this is the way. This is what's going to happen. This is the end of Rocket, right? And then you slowly see him stepping into the light, and then you see his girl coming, and they're over there rubbing noses and stuff. So it all gets emotional. Of course, his other two little friends show up, and you're thinking pretty much the worst. You had no idea whether it was going to be saved or not, and I won't say what happened. But that is the most memorable moment of the movie for me. And we made it this far. I would love to hear other people's favorite or most memorable moment. Discuss it on the chat. That's probably a better place to see it. It'd be interesting to see what other people saw, and maybe find something that I didn't see throughout the movie. But that's it for Guardians. I mean, it's definitely, you cannot miss it. I mean, it is a very, very good movie. It might be my favorite, not necessarily the best, but my favorite movie of the year. But we'll see. There's a lot of hits coming up. So we switch over to, what was the next one I saw? The Fool's Paradise, which is, my goodness. I played in the background for a little bit, for the little couple of minutes I'll give it, because this could arguably be the worst movie I want to see in this year, because I wanted to give it a chance because I really, really, really like Kate Beckinsale, and I knew she was going to be in it. Charlie Day, though, I don't know. I mean, I know they got popular from the Sunny Days in Philadelphia show or whatever. I never really did see that show. Maybe I caught one episode, and I didn't find them funny, so I never really watched anymore. I know they were popular. They were around for a while, so maybe to some people their brand of humor is good, but for me, he's never struck me as funny. And then I saw the blonde girl that was in that show also. She's in this with the wig as a brunette, and oh man, I try to like it. But I think it just missed on every aspect. It was snooze fest, and Ken, the Asian guy here, I have no idea why he's so popular, but I have never found him funny either. But for some reason, I thought, maybe, just maybe, there's something funny here. So why not watch it since we're there and we were waiting for Guardians anyway? But no, I would not ever recommend this movie, not even at Netflix or whatever. I forget about it. The other one that we saw, though, Hypnotic, was a little more interesting, but it was, I don't want to call it a bad movie because it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I was hoping to see, because as I mentioned on my video before, I really like Robert Rodriguez, the director. I think he's pretty awesome. I mean, with so many good movies in his belt, with Desperado, El Mariachi, Planet Terror. You got Death Proof, From Dawn to Dusk. There are so many movies that define him as such a good, entertaining action director with a unique style, which is why I like him so much. But this movie, the trailer is intriguing, but I just think it was too bunched up. There was just too much plot twist. It feels like almost every 10 minutes. So I mean, I was able to keep up for the first half of the movie maybe, and when you keep on switching like who's who, now again, try not to give any spoilers. It's just too much to keep up, and I kind of expected to get some kind of action in between to be excited about and kind of give your brain a rest. But if you snooze for a second, you're pretty much going to lose the plot. So it literally goes on till the end credits. So if you haven't seen it and you're interested in, I don't know what genre this is. This is sci-fi thriller. I wouldn't call it action, but if you were interested because you like Ben Affleck and whatnot, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spoil anything about it. I wouldn't say it's horrible. It just wasn't what I was hoping to see from Robert Rodriguez. Maybe he's trying out a new genre, new whatever, changing things up. But for me, it was a little bit of a letdown. Now, I'll end it with, this is why I like Robert Rodriguez. And this is what I was hoping to see, something over the top like this.
Jerry, darling, it's all you.
Now, see, babes, guns, and zombies. That's why I used to like him. And I still do. I'm sure he's just trying something new, but at least I hope so. All right, I'll see you next time.